Good day to all. This is my episode number 5 from JRC ECDIS series. Today we will talk about tools. So we go to menu, tools, and number 1 submenu is maneuver board. Here you will see a marker window, position of maneuver board, bearing and range. And the alternative of this submenu is icon of man in the water in the right upper corner. Next is manual position fix. JRC made it quite tricky and not very convenient to use, so you will have to make a long sequence of actions to make position fix, especially when you make position fix from 3 or more landmarks. So here we can see LOPs fixing and position offset. So we can make position fix from bearing and distance. So we can use for this example this depth. We consider this as a landmark, so we left click on it, and then we can see this line, broken line, and we can enter here the number, the bearing to this landmark, and then we press set. And this broken line became solid. After we pressed set, we can select distance. Again, we press here on the landmark. We put the distance in this field, press set, and then go to plot. And we press set plotted position. Then again new window is open. Property of this fix. This circle will appear in this position. Intersection of circle and bearing. And we can select either dead reckoning or estimated position. In our case, estimated position. Here the source, you can select the source. In most of the cases it would be visual bearing and radar range. Date and time of fix. Comment if you feel it necessary. Display scale. That's it. Then I want to point out one thing that you should avoid and be aware of. If you, for example, by mistake press on offset to plotted position, then if you have some discrepancy, the ship's position will be shown not correctly and can lead to risk of grounding. So for example, we press on offset to plotted position and the ship jumped to that position. And then all positions will appear with this offset. And you can consider yourself running safe and clear from all dangers, but in reality you can run right into the danger. So now we clear all lines and we go to the next step, position offset, and here you can see this offset, and in this tab you can clear it. Now we clear and the ship's position jumped back to its actual GPS position. So next submenu is EBL VRM, electronic bearing line and variable range marker. We have two sets of these tools, orange and white. You can customize the colors if you require it, but I think this set of colors is most appropriate. So these lines have three modes. If there is nothing here, this field is blank. It means that this EBL VRM will be shown from the ship's position, or CCRP, consistent common reference point. Here you can also see the C letter, which means carried. In JRC terms, this carried term means that the center of these lines is located not in the ship but outside, and they are pinned or fixed to the screen. So the center will remain, whatever we do will remain in the same place. Now we change the scale, but still the center is at the same position. So next mode is D, or dropped. That means the center will be pinned or fixed to the chart, and it will remain in the same position on the chart. Now you will see it, the ship is moving, but the center remains in the same position. And here I put the screenshot from the manual, and you can read it. You can pause the video and read carried, dropped, CCRP. One more thing about this tool: you can select true or relative here, or for ranges, nautical miles, kilometers, or sea miles. We put back to true and nautical mile. And next tool is node fixed EBL VRM. Now it is off. We switch it on, and you can see these unbroken lines, circle and line. So this intersection will be fixed to the coordinates on the chart, and this bearing and distance will change as the ship progresses. This can be required when you, for example, need to see the bearing and distance to the pilot station as you approach it. And here you see, as the ship moves, this bearing and range marker is unchanged relative to the ship, but this bearing and range has changed. So here are some extracts from the manual. You can pause the video and read them. I will just scroll forward, not to take too much time on this. And next tool is parallel index. So JRC has made for us very extensive and complicated tool, whereas in most of the cases we need just one line. So at the moment we switch them on. We have 4 modes of displaying. We can switch on all 8 lines: individual, track, and equiangular. So now we can see 8 lines, and you can adjust the bearing interval on which side you want it to be displayed, floating. If you don't want the lines to be fixed with reference to the ship's on position, you can put it to floating and put it anywhere on the screen. Is fixed to the screen, not to the ship. Floating off. Without heading link, with heading link. So individual. Here you can select each index line individually. I also mentioned that there are 8 of them. So 8 lines, you select each one one by one and tick them to display or to disable display. So I will leave this section without too much comments. The best advice is to practice it by yourself. So in tracks mode you have 4 groups, which means 8 lines in 4 groups. Equiangular, I consider this as the least useful tool, equiangular. But it's always good to have it and not use it than not having and need it. This is extracts from the manual. Again, you can pause and review them. And here also you can see in view options that in tools tab you can also activate or deactivate these 8 index lines. And now we go to cursor readout. This tool is always on because it is one of the most useful and frequently used. And when you press this arrow, you can see from which reference point all this data is calculated. In our case, this is on position. And some options of the mouse, left click, right click. The units can be changed to kilometers or sea miles. At the moment the mouse is located here and we can see time to go, ETA to this position based on our speed, and bearing and distance and coordinates of this mouse. Here we don't have any other option. We can select only readout from ship. So we made right click and we open the context menu. Sometimes we can see more options. At the moment we see only 4. Zoom area, dropped EBL VRM, CCRP EBL VRM, cursor peak. We press on cursor peak. And here we can see peak report, which is one of the most frequently used tools as well. It is frequently used during passage planning, as well as during your watch. You want to inspect some objects that you are not sure about. So here you have 3 tabs: objects, chart legend, update log. I will briefly go through them. So chart legend is description of the chart, name, agency code, compilation scale, and so on and so on. Here this is shortcut, underline shortcut. You can see the zone of confidence and the accuracy depending on the depth. Update log is same thing as we used to write at the bottom of the chart when we made update. Object. Here you can select which type of object you want to see. In case you want to sort out, if you have a lot of data here, you can sort out exactly what you want to see. Point line area, object group, navigate, depth, currents, warning, AIO. In this case, navigate was selected, and only one object is available on this spot. This is EALA B, System of Navigational Marks, EALA B. Next submenu is EBL maneuver. This is required when you want to make trial maneuver. This is other name for trial maneuver. So you want to see how your ship will behave during maneuver. So I switched it on, and you can see the trajectory. And adjusting this by adjusting this data, you can select what you want to see. For example, in this case, it is turning to 90 degrees. In this case, it is alteration to 270 degrees. Next submenu, file manager, which is required when you want to manipulate the files generated by the station on the hard drive. You can select any of these: root file, user chart, screenshots, preferences, logbook, and you can transfer them between the stations, for example, from local disk of the station being in use to the local disk of ECDIS number 1, and we can transfer these root files to the other station. Or alternatively, it can be transferred to the memory stick. Presently not available here. It can be available when inserted into the slot. And the last one is timer. Quite self-explanatory. You can activate it when you need the alarm activated at some precise time. for example noontime. This was the last one, so thanks for watching and bye bye.